Hi, it's Jan. Today I'm going to show you how to make aquariums. Sounds weird, but I use them on my cards to set on the countertops. I make little kitchen cards, and I'll do this on another video on how to make these. I'll just do a floor, countertop, and this actually, I write on this with a white pen, my greeting or whatever. But I discovered I wanted to make an aquarium to sit on the top, and I discovered how to do it, so I thought I'd share it with you. What we're going to use today is Doodlebug. I love the Doodlebug paper. They're fun. And I had this big sheet of Doodlebug paper, and I thought, oh, I'm going to get the 6x6 pad. And so I got this one, and this is the one side. It's the bubbles on one side, and it's a smaller version of this. Came from a 12 by 12 sheet, but you can see this is the larger version, and this is the smaller version. Has the bubbles on one side and the fish. And I wanted to make an aquarium. When I was looking at this paper, I thought, oh, I'd like to make an aquarium, but these fish are too big to make an aquarium, so I went with a 6x6. Also on the countertop of this one is the little coffee cups, and I cut them out of this one. It came from the Doodlebug Cream and Sugar. This one is the one with the fish in it, is the Doodlebug Under the Sea patterns. So I took the 6x6 sheet out, and basically this is a 6x6 sheet, and I cut one section 4.5 inches wide. And this is because on a card, it'll be, I have to take a 1/2 inch off at the top, but it'll be great for a background for a card, even maybe something like this to give it dimension. So I cut off 4.5, and that leaves me with 1.5 inches of, I believe it's 1.5 inches. Actually, this is 1 3/4 inches. But it doesn't make a difference. 1.5 inches, 1 3/4. Whatever you got left over from your 6x6, which is this little strip, this makes perfect aquariums. So this aquarium is 1 inch, and this is a 6-inch sheet of paper. So I go to 1 inch. And obviously, with 6 inches, I'll get 6 1-inch pieces. And aquariums are rectangular, ergo 6 rectangular pieces. Now, when I took the 6x6 piece out, I laid it on some scrapbook.com 6-inch double stick paper and cut it with this on the back of it. That way, see, it's on the back. That way, when I'm ready to put it on a card, all I got to do is peel the back and stick it on. There you go. Now, the second part, and you can do this with anything, any kind of paper you have. I actually had a piece of paper that looked like sand, but anything you've got that near a sandy color will do. So I just cut the same width as my little aquarium, and I wanted a little bit of sand on the bottom because an aquarium has a little bit of sand on the bottom, and you can just kind of wiggle a bit, and there you have a sandy bottom for your aquarium. The next piece, cut straight across, so you still have that same wiggle, but on another aquarium. Okay, so this is actually some Lawn Fundamentals glue. Just put a little glue on that. Doesn't take much. and paste that on the bottom. So it gives you the sand in the bottom of the aquarium. These little fish are perfect for this. Absolutely perfect. Now I have an old piece of plastic that came off of, actually, yeah, that's the best. Old piece of plastic that came off a card of some stamps or something I got. And this was probably actually the cutouts, the die cuts. And I put the die cuts and the stamps in the same piece of plastic, so I always end up with an extra piece of plastic. This is a Gellyroll Glaze, Glaze. And I use it for animal eyeballs, things like that. I'm gonna use the back of this to get a line off, just to make sure the pen's working. And I'm gonna go towards the edge first. And it's gonna leave a mess on my plastic, don't worry about it. It's going to be on the back, so nobody will see it anyway, if it gets on anything. And you just draw a black line around the edge. See how it's smeared? That's why we're doing it on the plastic. Do it on the edge first. This also kind of seals the edge a little bit. And then give it a heavy black line around the edge. If you ever had one of those old 5-gallon aquariums, they had that heavy black plastic around the edges of the glass. And you be careful about where you stick your finger, because this black will smear for a while, because it's a really thick, heavy coating of it. Now, you can use, I can still see some white. I don't know if that's the sticky part or not. I'm going to stick this over here. Now, you actually could use this like this. I don't like that one edge right there. It's not straight. Good enough for rock and roll. Okay, you can use it just like this, if you want an aquarium without a light on top of it. But my aquariums that I always had lights on top of them. So I'm going to cut a light out. I think it was actually originally it was incandescent light that they used on it, but then they slowly went to fluorescent on the tops of aquariums. So I'm getting this second one done real quick. You see how it's still wet there? It's smeary. And I guess I didn't really need to do the top on this one because I'm going to put a light on it. But now while that's drying, we'll get, oi, get off of there. Thank you. While that's drying, this is chalk tape. And I actually got this for a different project, for some luminaries for some friends to do, and I just thought we could put the names on the bags with this, and then I had a ton left over because I was just doing a couple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this the size of the aquarium, and I'm sure you can't see that I wrote down, that pencil that I did, because I can barely see it. So what I'm going to do is cut a tank top or an aquarium light and just cut the corners off, because those always had this little angle edge on the top. This is double stick, so yay, easy to apply. If you could just get the double stick tape off the back. Save the backing. Don't take it all the way off if you can help it. and we're just gonna stick it just barely over the black line you made for the aquarium. Come on, get on there. For the aquarium top, flip it over and fold that back down until you're ready to stick it on. So now you have your aquarium lid on there. And then, to make the sand look more sandy, gonna put a little dot of, I think I'm gonna do 3. Little dot of glue. I don't know what happened to that one there. It just disappeared. Ooh, that was way too much glue. In those cases, you have an emergency Q-tip to pull some of that glue off of there, because you don't want it to smear. And then just grab some little stars. These are just little star sequences that I got. And something, who knows, Lord. If they're orange, they're probably... I'm gonna lick the Q-tip and daub up that glue. So there's your aquarium with little starfish in the sand. But because it has a lid on it, well, that was interesting. Because it has a lid on it, we're going to take, this is a Signo Uniball white. I have this, I have white Gelly-Rolls, I don't like the milky white one Gelly-Roll that I tried very much. I don't like it's not opaque enough. And I'm just going to put it on the scrap piece to make sure that it's flowing. And then in the center, take one little stripe down, a couple of little short stripes, then in an angle, then a couple of little short stripes and another angle, a couple of little short stripes and another angle down. And then go over it again, the long ones again, because this, I don't know of a white pen that actually stays white there for very long. Another couple little short ones, and it makes it look like rays of light coming out from the aquarium light. And there you have it, an aquarium. How easy was that? And how fun does that look on these cards? I mean, awesome, right? Okay, well, that's my trick for today. I hope you have a wonderful day and you're getting lots and lots done while you're sequestered inside. And if no one's told you they love you yet today, I do. Bye-bye. Thumbs up, please.